welcome to YarnGasm. I'm Kristen and this is episode 216. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. And if you are a new viewer, thanks so much for checking out my podcast. This is a podcast about knitting, spinning, hand dyeing yarn, sewing, and making all the things in Brooklyn, New York, where I'm from and I live. And as always, I'm super happy that you're taking some time out of your day to chat about those things with me. And we have a Ravelry group, which if you have not joined, you should totally do so. It's where you can go to chat about every episode, ask questions, and partake in the knit-alongs that are going on. And yeah, we do have a lot of knit-alongs that are happening right now, so I will announce those a little bit later in the episode, but just want to get a couple of admin things out there. And yes, you can follow me on Instagram, where I'm most active on social media. I am at Voolenvine there, and Voolenvine on Ravelry. So yeah, and I wanted to put out a regular episode this week because if you follow me on Instagram or subscribe to my YouTube channel, you might be aware that I am partaking in a little thing called Vlogmas, where I publish a vlog episode every single day during the month of December. And there are a bunch of other podcasters that are doing the same, and we're having a blast doing it. I've been having fun watching other podcasters vlog during December, and I've been having fun publishing them and sharing with you, you know, little snippets of my day. And yeah, so far I've been getting a lot of great feedback, so thank you to everybody who's commented, letting me know how much you've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying just putting them out there. It's been a lot of fun, and yeah, I can't wait to see what else happens in December, because yeah, it's definitely a challenge, but the most important thing is I'm having fun doing it. So yeah, without further ado, I did want to put out a regular episode just to kind of condense all the things that have been happening for those of you who aren't interested in the whole Vlogmas thing and just want to see knitting and sewing and making things all in one place. And I have a couple of admin things to talk about. So let's get to that now. If you want to just skip ahead to what I've been making, I'll put a time code in the down bar, but I do want to mention some of the knit-alongs that are happening during this month and through all the way through January 2017. But we do have the Ornament-A-Long that is currently underway. That kicked off November 1st, and it's going all the way until next week, December, is it next week? Yeah. December 15th is going to be the deadline where I close the thread, draw prizes, and we do have a new giveaway prize, which I'm happy to announce. Jen SHEELEN has designed all these really beautiful holiday ornaments. I talked about it on the vlog at some point, but they're like these mason jar, knitted mason jar cozies, and I believe they're called Fairy Firelight, and I'm going to be making some over the weekend. I hope to cast some on over the weekend. But she also generously donated for the knit-along a beautiful pattern that she designed, it's called Victorian Yuletide Part 2, and they're just a variety of different Christmas ball ornaments that you can knit up and put around, you know, basic Christmas balls. And thank you so much, Jen. That was super generous of you, and they're really beautiful. I will put a link to it in the show notes, which, by the way, show notes. You can find the show notes over at yarngasmpodcast.com. Always forget to mention that. And another giveaway prize is going to be a mini skein set of Voolenvine yarn. So very exciting. I love it. Yay. And yes, definitely check out the thread because there's so many really fun, beautiful Christmas ornaments or holiday. It's not specifically for Christmas ornaments. It can be for any holiday, for any occasion, not, you know, specifically Christmas. I just want to make that clear. So I know I just default to Christmas because I celebrate Christmas, but it's for everybody. So, but yeah, definitely check out that thread. Lots of fun stuff going in there. And yes, our box of socks Cal for 2016 is wrapping up quickly. That kicked off January 1st, 2016 and is ending January 2017 on the 1st. But don't worry, if you have not had the chance to partake in it this year, you can partake in it again for 2017 because I'm going to reboot it January 1st. 2017 all the way through January 1st, 2018. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said 2018. But anyway, it's happening. There are going to be prizes for that, and once again, that thread is just exploding with socks, so definitely check it out. And then last but not least, we have a new KAL that I'm super excited to announce. I was talking with Nina from the This Old Knit podcast, and we decided to co-host a honey pullover knit along. And the honey pullover is a pattern by Amy Miller. And yeah, it kicked off. I did not podcast last week, so I did not get to mention it, but I did make note of it in the YarnGasm Ravelry group, which you can join. There's a chatter group and an FO thread. A chatter thread and an FO thread, and that kicked off December 1st, and it's going all the way until March 1st, so plenty of time to knit the honey pullover. And also she also has a child size version, which is also welcome, so feel free to double dip in my group and Nina's group. Links are all there in the Ravelry group, so definitely check it out. It should be a really fun knit along. And yeah, I can't wait to cast on. I think that is it for knit along announcements. Oh, and there is, see, I told you there's so much admin that I have to cover this week. It's crazy, and I apologize if I sound like I'm rambling. I'm just trying to keep this short because I do have a lot of work today, and on top of it, I've got a vlog, so call me crazy. But anyway, in the Voolenvine yarns Ravelry thread, there's a separate thread that I have for just my hand-dyed yarns. I'm hosting a shawl-a-long, so yeah, if you would like to partake in it, the guidelines are fairly simple. Cast on any shawl of your choosing using Voolenvine yarns, any of my hand-dyed yarns, just cast on a shawl. Or if you don't have any of my yarn, I know it can be quite difficult to catch for updates, but there, you know, I do have a loophole. If you don't have any of my yarns, you can cast on a Vildes Meer shawl, which is a shawl pattern that I designed. So feel free to cast that on using any kind of yarn that you have. And yeah, that I actually extended the deadline, so that kicked off, where is it? I have it in my show notes. That kicked off December 1st, but I'm extending the deadline to March 1st. So plenty of time to knit that. There will be prizes, and yes, so, okay, that said, I'm gonna move along to what's off my needles. So, finished objects. I am currently wearing my finished object. I showed this off on the last episode, but it was not blocked, and I think the ends are not completely woven in yet either, but it is blocked. I will say that. But this is my Pebble Beach shawl by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade Designs, and you guys, I love this shawl so much. I'm so happy with the way it turned out, and I'm showing you the wrong side. But anyway, the yarn is Dragonfly fibers, and they're Dragon Sock, it's a Dragon Sock gradient set, and it blocked out beautifully. It's sock yarn, and I remember, if you recall, when I first cast it on, I wasn't crazy about the hand of the yarn. It felt a little stiff and kind of, I don't know, toothy, but it blocked out beautifully. It definitely softened up, and at the end, you can see that I did run out of yarn, but I used some, what is it, O-Wash in the Barn Owl colorway from Stash, and I think it just was the perfect touch to this pattern. It just knit up beautifully, and this is going to my grandmother when I see her. I'm not sure when I'm going to see her. Hopefully, I don't know if it's going to be before Christmas or it might be after Christmas when I see her, but this is going to go to her, and I hope she really likes it. But this was a really beautiful pattern to knit. I could totally see myself knitting another one. And yeah, all good things to say about it. Just a really fun pattern. And I'm gonna have a hard time parting with it, but you know, that's how knitting for others works sometimes. So but yeah, and I'm trying to think what else I want to say about this. I think there was something else that I wanted to say about this. No, that's about it. Anyway, if I think about it, I'll mention it throughout the episode. But yeah, so that's one thing. And then another thing, I have a hoe. So I have a hoe to share with you guys this week. I cast on a second pair of Mercury socks, a free pattern by Kim Drortar that's making the rounds all over Instagram, I feel like. I know Casey from the Creative Musings podcast and Katie from Inside Number 23, she just cast on a pair, but I finished half of the second pair, and the yarn is Knit Style Yarns by Sharon, who hosts the Knit Style podcast. She dyed this beautiful colorway up called Fallen Fairy, and I think it's you know, it's a highly speckled yarn, but I think it knit up beautifully in this pattern, which I was actually on the fence about because I was afraid the pattern would get lost in the speckles and vice versa, but I think it knit up beautifully. So yay! One sock down, and then I cast on the second one. So again, no second sock syndrome happening here, but this is where I am with the, oop, my cat is right below. I think she wants to say hello. Wanna come up, kitty? Come here. Bella Boos. It's Bella. Say hello, Bella Boo. I love you. But yeah, if you've been following, got a kitty on my lap. If you've been following my vlog every day, you know that I've been working on these intermittently in between, you know, while I dye yarn, just waiting for the dye to set on the yarn, just for like 5 to 10 minutes, you know, just knitting a couple of rounds on it and then going to the next step, you know, when I'm dyeing a particular colorway. So yeah, these have been really, I'm having fun. I'm not tired of knitting this pattern at all. Ooh, sorry, kitty. But yeah, I'm working on HiyaHiya Sharps, US 1.5s or 2.5 millimeter needles. And I am so in love with these needles, you guys. These are my new addiction, and I want to knit all the things with HiyaHiya Sharps from now on. So yeah, that is one thing, and it's living in this little project bag that I whipped up for myself. Yeah, I cut out the fabric like a while ago, and it was just sitting on my desk, languishing, and finally one day I sat down to sew it up, and it's just so pretty. And I just used some leftover fabric from a dress that I sewed a while back. So yeah, that is one thing. And then another thing that I've been working on are my, let me see, are my FLEESENSEE mittens, which I cast on. It's a pattern by the Wool Club, and I have one mitten almost done. I'm saving the thumbs for last, but I have one mitten done, and then I cast on the second mitten, and I had to rip back. I don't know what I did wrong, but I had way too many thumb stitches. So yeah, I had to rip back a little bit, and I may just rip all the way back because something is not adding up. So these are on the back burner for now, but you know, beautiful, simple, straightforward pattern. I love it. And if you're not familiar with Wool Club, also designed the FLEESENSEE hat, which I knit for Dennis a while back. And yeah, just a really, really enjoyable, intuitive pattern too. I actually memorized the stitch. I don't have to refer to the chart, except for, you know, when it comes to increases, you know, certain instructions. But yeah, I'm just using US size, oh wait, these are, I just put them on stitch holders. These are just Chiaogus, but I've been using, again, HiyaHiya Sharp DPNs. I don't know what it is when it comes to mittens. I prefer to knit those on DPNs, but I had a panic order because I was using bamboo. You know me and bamboo, they just weren't pointy enough, and the yarn wasn't, it was like too sticky. So I panic ordered some HiyaHiya DPNs, US size 4, 3.5 millimeter needles, and loving them. They make a world of difference. So, and these are living in my Halloween project bag from Hannah Made It. Is it Hannah Made It? I believe it's Hannah Made It. Yes, but I love this project bag so much. And yeah, again, just keeping the Halloween party going. So yeah, so that's one thing. And the next thing that I've been working on is my Treccia hat by Michelle Wong, using Road to China by the Fiber Company. And this is yarn that I purchased at Brooklyn General a while back when Lara from JYNX Yarns was visiting. And you guys, this yarn is just so, I love it. It's my new addiction. It's just, it's heavenly. There are no other words, but here's where I am. Still working my way through it. And again, HiyaHiya Sharps on US size 3 needles, I believe. Let me see. US size 3, 3.25 millimeters. It is my goal for 2017 to memorize the metric system, to memorize metric yarn sizes, and you know, just this way I can just rattle them off and yeah, not have to think about it. So that's on my to-do list. So, but yeah, here's where I am. and it's just so incredibly soft. And this is a stitch marker from Laura of the Fawn Knits. She sent that to me last time I got yarn from her, and I love it. It's beautiful. Yeah, and it has a tubular cast on, which I think it's a lot of work, but I think it just adds such a clean and polished look to a knitted garment, especially like a brim. So I can see why. I know Maria from the Stitch in Sweden podcast, she always does, even though the pattern may not call for it, she always does a tubular cast on, and I can see why. It's just, it just makes such a difference to the, you know, appearance of a knitted garment. So I may have to follow suit on future projects. So yeah, and yes, so that's been living in my Little Creek Designs project bag from Selma, and yeah, it's, you know, keeping me company. Yeah, so anyway, what else? What else do I have to show you? I feel like I've cast on so many projects in the past couple of weeks. And yes, while I do, it's another thing that I cast on. While I do have, you know, my second Mercury sock on the go, I did cast on my Christmas socks, my last pair, my 12th pair of socks for this year. Because, you know, I wanted a pair of Christmas socks. I cast on my JENN Yarns Naughty or Nice 2016 colorway, and here it is. And these first started off as 2 at a time socks. I made another attempt at knitting 2 at a time socks, and if you watched my vlog a couple days ago, I just professed how much I could not stand knitting 2 at a time socks. It's just not my thing. This is the 3rd time that I've tried it, and it's just not happening. So I separated the twins, and they are now no longer conjoined. So yeah, but as you can see, I've just been knitting on them I've been knitting on them I've been knitting them at the same time, just intermittently, switching on and off. So I think I'm almost ready to knit the heels. And for the contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs, I've been using just some plain Knit Picks Stroll in black. But loving the way this is knitting up, and I'm using Chiaogu needles, doing magic loop, and yeah, they've been bringing out the Christmas spirit in me, and they're just so wonderful, and I love them. And yeah, I think Laura is still dyeing them up. I know she does a shop update once a week, so definitely check out her shop and podcast for info on like when she's doing her shop updates. I believe they're every Tuesday at 6 or 7 p.m. Central Time. So, but check her Etsy shop for more info on that. But yeah, loving them. And yes, these are not a holiday bag, which, you know, I feel like I should have a holiday bag, but I don't have another holiday bag. So they've been living in my Fluffy Fibers project bag that Isabel from the Fluffy Fibers podcast made for me a while back, and I love this bag so much. So yeah, it's been living in there. So yeah, guys, I feel like I've just been talking nonstop. I'm only rambling. If it seems like I'm rambling, I probably am, because I have a lot of work to do today, and I'm trying to keep this episode underneath the half an hour, but we'll see if that actually happens. But what else did I want to talk about? Yes, the knit along, the honey pullover knit along that I'm co-hosting with Nina from the This Old Knit podcast. I caked up my yarn. So my yarn has been caked, and if you are not aware, I am using my own hand-dyed yarn in Dirty on Purpose, which is this lovely brown and black speckled, brown, black, white, gray speckled yarn, and then Tega, which is kind of like a mauvey purple brown tonal. And it's on my Volca base, which is a superwash merino nylon cashmere, and I cannot get enough of this colorway combo, you guys. It is just my favorite. I used both these colorways in my exploration station, and I really love the way that they played together, and could not resist the idea of casting them on as a honey pullover. It's gonna be stripy, it's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait to see how it knits up. So, but this is gonna be my main color, like the ribbing and everything, and the contrasting, obviously. So yay. And oh, now I remember what I wanted to mention about this shawl. This was part of Nina's Stash MCCALL. So knit anything from Stash, you know, that you didn't have to buy anything for. So this had been languishing my stash since last January. So I was very happy to finally use it. I purchased this at Vogue Knitting Live in January, as I mentioned. But anyway, I digress. So yes, this will be cast on. So I think that is it for projects. Pretty sure I had nothing else to mention, although I feel like there's so many things I want to cast on right now. But yes, I think that is it. All right, so I'm gonna move along to mail and stash enhancements because you guys, there's been quite a few enhancements to my stash. So let me go get all my new additions. So throughout this episode, I have been waxing poetic about HiyaHiya sharps, and I am in no way endorsed by HiyaHiya. I am just a huge fan. And for Christmas, I had asked Dennis to get me a set of the interchangeables. I would have liked a set of fixed circulars by HiyaHiya, but apparently they don't make them. They only make the interchangeables, so I settled for the interchangeables, and it would have been a surprise, but when your husband shares your Amazon Prime account, I was promptly notified as soon as they were purchased and shipped. So he really couldn't hide it from me, apparently. So I knew they were coming, and as soon as they came, I, texted him and I was like, can I please play with them? And he was like, of course you can. So I opened them and they are here, and I love them. I love them so much, and I cannot wait to cast something on with them. And you guys, this is the best thing ever, and I love my husband so much. I love you, Dennis, if you are not aware of that. I do. And I now hold him responsible for when I cast on all the things. Yeah, but anyway, here they are, all cozy in their little tiny pockets, and the design is like really neat. So it has like this little Velcro flap that goes across, and then this flaps over. And then there's a pouch on this side which has all your cable needles. Oops, let me see if I can get that. And yeah, it has like about 5 different lengths of cables, which is awesome. And then one thing that's really cool are the keys. So yeah, it comes with this key to help tighten the joins. And then these little purple things are like these rubber grips, which give you a little grip to help tighten the join as well, which is genius, I think. And then in here is another little secret compartment. So many compartments. And it's a little sheep package. I love it. I thought this was Shaun the Sheep at first when I saw it, but it's not Shaun the Sheep. Shaun the Sheep has a different nose entirely, but I'm still gonna call it Shaun the Sheep because it reminds me of Shaun the Sheep. And yeah, so I thought that was really cute. And yeah, so impromptu review of the HiyaHiya Sharp needle set. And this is the small needle set, so I believe it goes through US size 2 through US size 8. And again, I'm totally blanking on the metrics for that, but metric sizes. I will try and put it in the down bar, but they are the 4-inch small needle size set, and you can find them on Amazon if you are curious. I think they make a perfect holiday gift, but love it, love it, love it, love it. And then, let me see, what else was I going to talk about? Molly from A Homespun House. I got a really lovely package from her earlier this week, or last week I should say, and I didn't record last week so I didn't get to show them off, but we had done a swap several months back, and she had been trying to send me a swap package, but for some reason it just kept bouncing back to her. And I will say my post office is not on its game all the time. Sometimes I have a feeling it arrived at my post office and they didn't notify me or anything that I had a package waiting. But for some reason this time they delivered it to my doorstep with no problem whatsoever. But I opened the package, and Molly, if you're watching, it's beautiful, 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 beautiful yarn. And again, we did a swap, so we dyed yarn for each other basically, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, so she let me pick 3 colorways, and I told her to surprise me with the bases, and she sent me a little sampling of 3 of her bases, which you guys are really beautiful. So this one is her bookworm colorway. It's upside down, which when I first saw it, I was just like, it's absolutely beautiful. And it's on her merino cashmere fingering base, which is 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And I love this so much. So that is one. And then I'm not a Harry Potter fan by any means, although I've tried. Believe me, I've tried. If you've watched this podcast, you know I've tried to get myself into Harry Potter. It's not happening. But she dyed up this colorway called Mermaid of the Black Lake, which is a character from Harry Potter, and I loved it so much. I asked her to send me a skein as well. And here it is. It's so pretty. And I saw Jilly from the Knitting Broomstick podcast knit a pair of socks with this colorway, and yeah, it's just so pretty. It's so pretty, Molly. And this one I really like too. I believe this is her If You're a Bird, I'm a Bird, which is a take on The Notebook, which is a movie, if you're not familiar. And yeah, super pretty. So Molly, you outdid yourself. This is so nice to get in the mail, and glad it finally made it. So lots of projects that I'm mulling over to cast on with these. So yeah, yay! I have some homespun house yarn finally. Yay! So anyway, can you tell I'm excited? But that's not all, you guys. That is not all. This past weekend, I hung out with Denise. I know it's one of those episodes where I'm just like name dropping a bunch of podcasters left and right. But over the weekend, there was a trunk show over at Woolen, which is a new yarn shop that opened up in Brooklyn. My friend Rachel opened it, and if you are in Brooklyn, you have to go there. It is definitely my new favorite yarn shop to hang out with. And you know, lately I've been able to get there on Sundays, although I do want to check out their Tuesday knit nights. I hear they're a lot of fun. She keeps the shop open until 10 o'clock at night, so you can imagine how fun it must be. But one day I will make it over there, but on a Tuesday. But I stopped by on Sunday to meet up with Denise from Yoshi and Lucy Yarns and Tanya from the Knitting Spring podcast. We all got together, hung out, knit. We had the best time, and as you do when you get together with knitting friends. And there was the Indian Tangle trunk show happening there again. They believe they had a trunk show over the Thanksgiving weekend, which unfortunately I wasn't able to make. But yeah, she had it again this past weekend, and I could not resist coming home with yarn. Or as Casey from the Creative Musings podcast would say, it followed me home, like yarn does sometimes. And as soon as I walked in, I made a beeline to this yarn because it's mauve. It's mauve, you guys. I made a beeline and picked it out, and it's Lake's Yarn and Fiber on their Alturas base, which is 60% superwash merino, 20% yak, 20% silk, and that's it. So, but there's 400 yards in here, and it's the Peony colorway. So here's their label. Yeah, so clearly this had to come home with me, and I bought 3 skeins. So I bought 3 skeins of it, and that's about 1,200 yards, enough to make a sweater, a cardigan for me. And yeah, I had not planned on getting a whole sweater's worth, but as soon as Rachel, who owns the shop, came over to me, she goes, yeah, you know, you could so make a sweater out of this. It's the perfect yarn, or something to that extent. She said something to that extent, and immediately I was like, programmed to be like, you know, that makes total sense. And I just grabbed 3 skeins of it. So yeah, it came home. And after walking around the shop, you know, almost a couple of other things almost followed me home, but they'll have to wait until another time I visit. But yeah, I have, I think it's called the Ipsum, Lorem Ipsum. I could be getting that totally wrong, but I'll post a photo of it here, but that's exactly what I want to cast on with this. It's a cardigan, really beautiful, enough yardage, and I cannot wait to cast on. So yeah, that was my little haul from Woolen, which, guys, the bag is just, it's awesome. And then in addition, if you were watching my vlog from yesterday, Nina and I, again from the This Old Knit podcast, we did a coffee swap in which we traded our favorite coffees. And in addition to the coffee that Nina sent me, which was delicious, I made a whole cup of it this morning again, she sent this really awesome extra in the package. It's an ugly sweater cookie kit from Trader Joe's, and I'm gonna have so much fun with this. Because yeah, I'm perpetually 5 years old, and this will be so much fun to do. I think Dennis and I will just, we're going to a holiday party this weekend, and this will just be like a fun early morning activity that we can do, or we're actually having a holiday party the following weekend, our own holiday party. So maybe, I don't know, I haven't thought about it. If I have time before the party this weekend, this is happening. If not, it's happening the following weekend. But it looks so fun, and I love this one thing, is this bonus ugly Hawaiian shirt, which is awesome. So, and it shows you, I think it shows you how you can, you know, decorate all these cookies. So Nina, thank you so much for this. This is really awesome to get in the mail, and the coffee is delicious. I know I told you that a million times, but it's so good. So yay, so much fun stuff, so much. Oh, and one thing, see, again, I'm so glad I'm doing a regular podcast, because there's so much stuff to get out, or talk about. Otherwise it's just gonna pile up and I'm gonna totally forget about it. Lots of fluff flying around my office. But over the weekend, Dennis and I got together with my parents for dinner, and my mom was shopping at Home Goods, like she does sometimes, and spotted this and thought of me and had to pick one up. It's a, let me see. It's one of these things. It's the McCurry ingredients, tape measure and tailoring chalk. And wait, tape measure and tailors chalks. So how cute is this? You open it up and there's just a tape measure, because as a sewist and a knitter, you can never have enough tape measure. And then they're just little two different color tailors chalks. You can't really see them because they're wrapped up in tissue paper, but brilliant. I love it. And it will definitely come in handy, because I'm about to talk about sewing. And yes, there has been sewing this week. And if you can see it in the background, I have sewn another wrap dress, kind of like my everyday Circe dress that I sewed up a while ago. It's the same pattern. I'm blanking on the pattern number. I'll put it in the down bar. All my stuff is over by my sewing machine, so I don't want to get up right now, but I'm making another one of those in some really awesome cotton and steel basic black cotton, quilting cotton fabric with subtle white sprinkles over it. So yeah, subtle polka dots all over it. And if you want to see some behind the footage of me sewing it, or the whole process, definitely check out my Vlogmas episodes, because I, you know, do some little time lapses of me sewing it up and talking about the process. So yeah, but that's gonna be done today, hopefully, after I'm done editing and recording, and not in that particular order. But yeah, that's what's been happening. And then I do plan on sewing a holiday dress for the holiday party that Dennis and I are going to be throwing. So for that, I am going to be making this dress. So I know I talked about it in one of my Vlogmas episodes, but it's going to be a seafoam kind of like minty green dress with some lace overlay, not tulle. But yeah, it just has, it's like a strapless bodice, but then it has like some sheer, I don't know if you can see that, some sheer sleeves, which in my version it's gonna have, it's like a lace with scalloped edges pointing towards the chest. So very excited to tackle that. Yeah, so very excited. So exciting. I just love making all the things. Okay, I'm gonna need a breather after this. But that is pretty much it for sewing this week. But I am having a shop update tomorrow, Friday, December 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let me go get my basket of yarn to give you a little sneak peek of what's gonna be in store. So I've been a busy bee this week, dyeing up lots of colorways, but I do have some colorways from last week that were happy accidents, or just, you know, having fun in the dye pot. So these will be one of a kind. I haven't named them yet, but here's one. You know, just some gold, like lots of gold, pink, and blue speckles. But yeah, there's this one, and then this one I really like, and I'm kind of regretting not writing down the formula, but I really love the way this one turned out. So there's that. And then I will have a few skeins of harpsichord on narwhal only. So there's that, just a really beautiful golden yellow. And yeah, it's definitely like a really nice holiday colorway, especially, you know, with this colorway that I also dyed, Bouche de Noël, which is translated from French into the Christmas log, because it reminds me of one of those Christmas log desserts. It's just so festive and sweet, and it looks like dessert basically. So there's that, and then I will also have it on Volca. Let's see that. I don't think I have my camera situated right because my camera is kind of like in front of my light, so you might be getting that shadow. So I apologize for the shadows, but here is Black Pearl on Volca. And I will have these all dyed on several of my bases, mainly just fingering weight. So here's Gashly Crumb. And then here's some more, Not a Creature Was Stirring. I'll just get these two up. Show my other holiday colorway that I came out with. There's that. Really pretty holiday speckles. And then I will have I Am No Bird, which is my Jane Eyre inspired colorway. And then here it is on Volca, my MCN base. So, and then I will also have, of course, Deck the Halls on several bases. And here it is on Narwhal. So, and then here's some more Black Pearl on Footsie. This would be great Mercury socks, I think. I would love, because there's just like subtle like color shifts in this one. So I don't know, I could just see it being a pair of Mercury socks. And then as I mentioned on the vlog, I will be listing some limited edition leftover skeins from the Knitmore Girls House Special kits from Barmaids. I did a collaboration with both Laura and I. We did a collaboration with the Knitmore Girls and the Barmaids for a kit that they put together. And we dyed yarn, and here's the colorway. It is called Sock Squatch. And yeah, this is the colorway that I dyed up for it. And it's on Footsie only. And yeah, I think it's a really fun color. I had some left over, and those will be going in the shop as well. So yay! And I'm going to be dyeing more yarn today, obviously. So I'm going to get some more special snowflake in store. I'm going to try and dye up some more Venus Flytrap and Mexican Hot Chocolate. We'll see if I can do all that in what time I have left for this week before the update. But yeah, so that should be it. Again, the shop update is tomorrow, Friday, December 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what else did I want to mention? Yes, I'm thinking about a new yarn club, so that I will be announcing that very soon, and for the new year, and yay, that's all TBD. But I will definitely keep you posted on Instagram, which is the place to follow me for my updates. But if you want to stay up to date with my, when I do my shop updates, just go to voolenvineyarns.com. And on the main page, right below the main image, I always list when the next update will be, along with a blog post of what colorways will be in the shop. So definitely check that out. And yeah, so that said, I am going to move along to blather, although I am going to keep it short because, again, lots of work to do. But yeah, we had, I guess, let me put this down here. We had a really, really lovely Thanksgiving, and I just hope everybody else who celebrated Thanksgiving had a wonderful holiday as well and got to spend time with family and friends and ate lots of good food. As I mentioned, Dennis and I went down to visit our niece and nephew in Pennsylvania, and Dennis's brother-in-law lives down there with the kids and his wife, and yeah, spent a lot of time, family time, and I got to teach my niece how to spin again and knit, so we had a little knit night together, which was really, really fun. I bought her a drop spindle a while ago, one from Spin City UK. I think it was for her birthday, and it has glitter and butterflies, and she loves it. Granted, she usually has to wait for me to come over to show her how to use it because her parents, obviously they're not spinners. But yeah, we had a lot of fun, just playing around and knitting, and yeah, so ate lots of delicious food. My ginger crap crumble, I don't know what, just gonna call it that, went over very well, although I did mess up on the recipe. For some reason, when I first read the recipe, I read that I was supposed to use a whole stick of butter, but for some reason I only used half a stick of butter. Total brain fart. So I only used half a stick of butter for the crumble, and it turned out okay. It was fine, but not as crumbly and buttery as it should have been, but people still enjoyed it. It tasted great with ice cream and, you know, just all heated up. I'm definitely going to be making it again for our holiday party because we do have cranberries left over. They're in the freezer. And of course the same morning, my food processor decided to die on me. So I couldn't, you know, I couldn't process the gingerbread cookies that I put in there. So I had to go old school, put them in a Ziploc bag and take a hammer to it. So that was fun. That got out a lot of aggression, I guess. Pre-holiday aggression. I don't know. I don't really have pre-holiday aggression, but c'est la vie. Anyway, so yeah, that night Dennis and I spent the night in Philly. It's becoming like a, you know, tradition where Dennis and I will go visit his family for Thanksgiving and then spend the night in the city of Philadelphia and then bum around the area the next day. So we did that. We had a lot of fun. Got a nightcap at a bar close by to our hotel, and then the next morning we went to some museums. Got some really good lunch at the Reading Market, which is amazing. They have a lot of Amish farm fresh pastries there, milk, and it's insane. It's always super crowded. I wish I had gotten footage of it because it's amazing. So yeah, if you are in the area, it's definitely a place to go to get, you know, pretty much like Philly cheesesteaks and, you know, just lots of good food. And you can eat there too, but the lines are insane. So yeah, what else did we do? Yeah, that was pretty much our weekend. We came back, we got a new sofa. So yeah, that's another thing that happened last weekend. Dennis and I have had the same sofa for, I want to say like 5 years. We got it from IKEA. It's a faux leather sofa that has cat scratch marks all over it from when Bella first came to stay with us. She doesn't scratch up our sofas anymore, thank goodness, but yeah, it definitely had some marks on it, and it just wasn't big enough for the two of us. We were constantly having, you know, footsie fights, you know, like, you know, I need more room, so you know where I'm going with that. But so yeah, we finally did some adulting. We went over to Macy's, invested in a new sofa that's even more comfortable now. It's not leather, it's one of those super squishy sofas with one of those chaise returns on it, so it's kind of L-shaped. So yeah, there's plenty of room for us. We're very comfortable. We can now enjoy watching TV together without having foot fights. Granted, I cannot stay awake. Like if it's late at night, it is just one of those sofas that are so comfortable that you just put your head down and you fall asleep. So I have to be very well caffeinated while watching TV going forward. But anyway, I'm rambling on right now, but I should probably tie things up, but I'm trying to think what else is going on. Yeah, just the holiday craziness is starting to kick in, dyeing lots of holiday colorways. We have, as I mentioned, we have a holiday party to go to this weekend, and then Dennis and I are throwing our own holiday party the following weekend. It's gonna be crazy, so cannot wait. It's just, you know, looking forward to a lot of holiday fun and festivities, and I hope you guys are doing the same and just, you know, enjoying your holiday season, whatever it is you celebrate or don't celebrate, and, you know, just enjoying the cooler weather, getting lots of knitting done, holiday knitting. I'm definitely getting a lot of holiday knitting in, so yes. And I'm trying to think, I think that's it. I'll cap it off there. But in the meantime, happy knitting, and I will see you next week, and if not, I'll see you tomorrow on the vlog. So, all right guys, happy knitting. Bye. Ba-da-da.